Hello, everybody. This is Aaron again, coming to you from Arkansas. Here to review my all-time favorite movie, Jaws. That giant fish story. Based on a novel by Peter Benchley. Very good book. A lot different than the movie, though. They cut a lot out of the book to put in the movie. They cut a lot out of the book when they made the movie, but I have no problem with that because I think the movie's perfect. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's got a lot of comedic moments in it, maybe unintentionally. It's directed by the great Steven Spielberg. His third movie. He did a TV movie called Duel and a movie called The Sugarland Express first, and then Jaws. Without a doubt, his first big hit. Stars a very young Richard Dreyfuss. I think he's in his mid-20s at this point. The late veteran actor Robert Shaw, and Roy Scheider, who's also passed away. I don't know what can be said about this movie that hasn't already been said. It's a classic. It goes right up there with the greatest movies ever made. In my opinion, it is the greatest movie ever made. My all-time favorite, not even close. Starts off, very fast and just doesn't let up. Lady swimming late at night, shark attack, bam, you're off and running. You don't see the shark for an hour into the movie, which I think makes it even better because you just don't know. It's the whole imagination thing. I'm not always big into the whole imagination thing, but I like to see the monster. But this is the one movie where I think it works. It works even better because you know it's a shark, but you just don't know how big it is. And there's that great scene in the middle of the movie with Roy Scheider chumming, and the shark jumps out, and you see it's a monster. You're going to need a bigger boat. Probably the greatest line ever uttered. This is the Blu-ray, which comes with a ton of bonus features, including a new documentary. Well, it's not new anymore, but it was new a couple of years ago when the Blu-ray came out, called "The Shark Is Still Working: Impact the Legacy of Jaws." Very good documentary, very fun, very informative. It's also a 2-hour making of Jaws documentary that was produced in the 90s. And you hear from everybody. You hear from Richard Dreyfuss, you hear from Roy Scheider, you hear from Steven Spielberg, all of the producers, Peter Benchley, John Williams, David Brown, Richard Zanuck, everybody, all the way down to some of the actors that you don't normally hear from. The "what" guy is in it. It's a very, very funny line. Again, I didn't write anything down. I just kind of wanted to ad-lib, so I'm saying a lot more here than normal, but I'm trying to think of something that hasn't already been said a million times. It's the greatest movie ever made. It's, once the three guys go out in a boat, you can't ask for a lot more terrifying experience than three guys in the middle of the ocean being attacked by a 30-foot shark. It's probably one of my biggest fears. I don't swim. I'm not very good at it, and this movie has a lot to do with it. I saw it when I was a kid and just never wanted to go in the water after that. So it did have that impact on me. There's been talk of a remake, there's been talk of other sequels, and I have no problem with the sequels. I think they're fun too. I'm not that hard to please. You just entertain me. It can be a worthless piece of crap. Jaws: The Revenge is horrible, but I found it somewhat entertaining, so therefore I own it, and I don't really hate it. It's not a good movie, but it's fun. It's goofy, but it's fun. Jaws 1 is about everything you could want in a movie. Plain and simple. All three main actors, including the late great Robert Shaw, was just phenomenal. I don't know how, I don't believe they won Oscars. I don't think they were nominated for Oscars, and that's, to me, is a crock. Steven Spielberg was not nominated for Best Director, even though the movie was nominated for Best Movie. So tell me how that works out, Academy. How you could possibly do something that stupid. And when the movie came out, it was a phenomenon. There were magazines, comic books, t-shirts, hats. It's all chronicled in the Shark Is Still Working documentary. how many crazy things there were that came out when Jaws came out. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to give it all away, but it's just a giant shark attacking a town. It's a pretty simple story. It didn't have to be complicated because it was perfect. The story, the book was phenomenal. If you haven't read the book, which some of you may not have read the book but seen the movie, go read it. It's a very good book, and they take, like I said, there's a lot in the book they did not put in the movie, but they didn't have to. Perfect. Keep using that word. In fact, that's going to be the title for this thing, as you will see. My Jaws review, perfect. Not a thing about this movie would I ever change. So, I'll give you just a brief synopsis for those of you who maybe haven't seen it. You got a police chief. You got a grizzled shark hunter. That's Robert Shaw. Police Chief Roy Scheider. And a young oceanographer named Matt Hooper, who's played by the great Richard Dreyfuss. They're in a small town, northeast town in New England, and lo and behold, a giant shark attacks and basically just terrorizes this town. Anytime somebody's in the water, the shark is there. Now, the cool thing, like I said, you don't see the shark for about an hour into the movie, and that's basically because the damn thing didn't work. It's a big mechanical monster that just didn't work. So Steven Spielberg had to be very ingenious, and he was. And he figured out other ways: music, barrels. There were just a giant fin. There were other ways to show that this big monster right there was there, and it worked to perfection. There's that word again, perfection. So yeah, I'm not gonna be unbiased on this one. Greatest movie ever made. Not even close, in my opinion. If you get a chance to see it and you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on AMC all the time. It's on, it's at video stores. I'm sure some Redbox places may have it. Netflix probably has it. Check it out somehow. And if you have seen it, go see it again. And again and again and again. Because I have it memorized. I could probably sit here and make a video of just me memorizing or me repeating every line in the movie. Anyway, there's Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Fun, entertaining, perfect movie. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. You won't be disappointed. And if you are, then you can comment below and bitch me out for making you waste 2 hours of your life. But anyway, go see it. It's great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.